Head into the unknown, down the rabbit hole, where it stops no one knows. We're going down.
Okay, I think we're in business. Can you guys hear me now? I don't know. It like switched my microphone off and then didn't like tell me. So I had to like reconnect everything. But I can see my face is like moving now, so that's better. Well, thank you guys for all of your patience. Jeez. Hi, JPL. Hi, Shmita. Hi, C Dub. Hi, Christy. Hi, Margaret. Hi, Lucia. Hi, Rainbow Mom. BG. Hi, Dina. New Orleans Lady. Hi, Jay. CB Kel. Muffy. Hi, Shay. Hi, Anna. Hi, Tamara. Hi, Truth Seeker. I'm sure I missed so many of you guys up here. I'm so sorry. I was like, I came in, I just like start talking, and I'm like, nobody, my little face isn't moving. So thank you guys. Thank you guys for your patience. Thank you guys for sticking around for a hot minute while I fixed that, or actually called my tech support, being my husband, and had him help me fix that without borders. Oh my goodness. So I'm gonna have to pay more attention to that now. Hi, Austin. Hi, Jenlu. Hi, Aries. Okay, so I was picking up kids from school and got a bunch of notifications that there was a press conference. I was trying to like multitask and do like watch this and like find the mugshots and everything else. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go live. We'll just do it all together. So here we are. Apparently, so I was doing a lot of research last night trying to figure out the who's who and the what's what of who these people are. So I'm going to give a little backstory first. So you guys, anybody who hasn't heard this, oh, Jen Lou, thank you. Hi, Annie O. Yeah, husbands are handy. He's like, I don't know how much your tech support gets paid, but it's not nearly enough. You get paid just fine, buddy. Okay, so I'll give a little backstory. So if anybody isn't familiar with what we're talking about, you guys can catch up, and then we'll talk about some of the newer things and some of the research that I've done and some of the lovely people in chat have done and sent to me. Pay that tech support. Yeah, he's well paid. He's fine. So we're talking about a 4-year-old little girl named Athena Brownfield who went missing from Cyril, Oklahoma. Cyril, Oklahoma. I'm going to say it wrong probably 1,000 times, but it kind of is what it is. And hi, Texas Angel. Hi, Deets. But it's kind of it's a very odd story of how this little girl came to be known as missing. So 2 days ago on the 10th, a postal worker was delivering the mail and came across a 5-year-old little girl who basically came out of this house and said that she was all alone, she was hungry, and she couldn't find her little sister. So the postal worker checks out the house and there's nobody there with her. And so she ends up calling the police. The police come out, and the little sister is Athena, who is now has not been found and still has not been found. I know there's a lot of speculation and everything going around like social media that she's been found. She has not been found as of 20 minutes ago when I sat down to create this live. So it's a very crazy kind of situation. So what I'm hearing is that these 2 little girls were in the care of a cousin of the bio mom. Now take this for what you want for right now until there's a lot more facts that come out. I'm just going to tell you what I've kind of seen. This cousin is married, whatever you want to call it, and she has 4 biological children of her own. So there was 6 children living in the house. The caregiver left approximately a week ago, maybe a little bit more, and she left to go be with her boyfriend. Now there's some confusion on whether the husband was still in the home or if the husband no longer lived there and was living at another property that's owned by the same family. So the caregiver woman, her name is Alicia or Elisa, however you want to say it, and she said that she left all 6 children in the care of her husband when she left, or in the care of the man of the house when she left. Speculation says that he came or was there and took his 4 biological children and left with his 4 biological children. So she's saying that they were left in the care of the man, and he's saying, nope, he went there and picked up his 4 children, and that's it. From everything I've researched, from what the family is stating, she is not on the spectrum. I don't know if maybe some have assumed that she was, and she never actually got diagnosed. I don't know that. She was first reported as nonverbal. The family has come out and said she is not nonverbal. She just is very quiet and has like limited language skills, limited speaking skills. Caregiver equals cousin, from what I'm understanding. Somebody first said sister, and then most people have said cousin. So bio mom's cousin is supposedly the caregiver. So she's 4 years old. She was reported missing at 2 o'clock on Tuesday the 10th. The problem is they cannot and have not, as far as I know yet, narrowed down the time frame of when she was actually last seen. Her 5-year-old sister said she had seen her on Sunday. Reports are coming out that she actually was not seen since Friday. We don't know if the little girl wandered out of the house and got lost somewhere. We don't know if somebody took her when she was left there. We don't know if something actually happened to her prior to anybody leaving them there. So, I mean, obviously a 5-year-old, we talked about this kind of a little bit yesterday. How is a 5-year-old going to be able to tell the correct time frame, how many nights and days she's been there? I don't know. So I wanted to hop on here so we could watch today's press conference, because the caregiver has now been arrested for child neglect on 2 counts. Aries, that's a great question. I don't understand. If you didn't want these kids, they weren't yours. From my understanding at this point, there was no legal custody of these 2 girls. Bio mom, somebody asked who got married in October. The bio mom actually got married in October of 2022. The bio mom and bio dad are not together, and they're supposedly the parents of both of the girls. Okay, so anybody have any questions so far? I want to make sure that everybody kind of knows what we're talking about before we get into it. This really got to me when I heard it last night. Yeah, Jay, so Athena Strand, if you guys are familiar with her case, that's a little hard for me to talk about, but her mom is actually the one that had posted about Athena Brownfield missing. So I'm thankful to her for she's trying to, put the news out there and spread awareness of other missing children. She's actually how I found out about the case. So arrest made. Yep. Let's see. Okay, so I just want to check chat real quick, make sure if you guys have any questions before we get started on like more of the backstory, because it's kind of all over the place. You've got grandparents on both sides. You've got the caregiver female, the caregiver male. I don't know. It's just a mess. It's a mess. It's like setting, I hate to say it, but I feel like situations like this are almost setting things up to not turn out well. Where's bio mom? She is in Oklahoma, from what I can tell. So, and recently married. Okay, let me share this with you guys. So there's not a ton of information, so I don't think this will be a super long live, but I wanted to make sure that we're all on the same page with the updates. Yeah, the name is misspelled. I don't know why, but this one, the name is spelled right. So I won't even let anyone but my mother care for my dogs. I wouldn't let anybody drive my children. I was very weird about anybody driving my children. I still am. I don't let my kids just go in cars with people. Like my husband and I had to drive them. Second would be like my mom or my mother-in-law. And then maybe an aunt or an uncle, but that was still very slim. They couldn't go like in a friend's parents' car until like really recently. I suffer with a lot of anxiety anyway, and then I cover true crime. I'm like, you guys can just stay home. I'll leave it to Bieber, of course, and thank you for messaging me. Rainbow Mom, you're very welcome. Caregiver kind of sounds like the wrong word to call them. I don't really know what to call them, because they're not technically a foster. They're not adopted. I don't really know what mom's cousin, mom's, like I said, I've heard both, mom's sister, mom's cousin. I don't know. More people are saying it's the mom's cousin, so I'm kind of leaning towards that, looking at the family tree of things. I have not seen anything, Annie, from the bio mom whatsoever. Has bio mom even come out to the public about finding her daughter, even if she doesn't have custody of Athena and her sister? I have not seen a thing yet. What I can tell you is, like, caregiver's boyfriend, a few other extended people who are involved, all literally took down their Facebooks yesterday. So instead of like keeping their Facebooks and just privating certain things, they literally took them down. They're not there anymore. So I thought that was interesting. I'm like, well, why are you taking it? She's missing. Isn't, like, social media is a platform you can use to spread awareness. So yes, I get that there are people who do attack and who go, quote unquote, real life or go on people's social medias. So make everything private, but don't stop sharing the missing posters or, the information about her. Yeah, it looks bad. Okay. Okay, the paid caregiver is just a question. I don't think so. I think that she just left them in their care, like they were raising the children, and I have not been able to confirm how long that had been. So if anybody here happens to have that info, please share, because I have not been able to confirm how long that these two girls have been staying there. Okay, so let's listen to her. I've only listened to part of it, and then I got it to where, because this is the whole beginning of this is just when they're setting up the camera and stuff. So I got it to where she starts talking. So I'm gonna listen to it with you guys. No, I'm not. I didn't do what I needed to do, so I'm not gonna listen to it. So give me 1 second. Let me fix that. These screens, I forget that I have to actually share audio. On my laptop, I didn't have to do that. Okay, now we should be good to go. Let me go back.
So as you know, I'm Brooke R. Beitman. I'm the PIO.
Let me know if you guys can hear this and
OSBI.
all the sound is all
We
okay.
do have a very limited update for you guys right now in the Athena Brownfield investigation. Alicia Adams was arrested today at 4:12 p.m. on 2 counts of child neglect. The counts are related to the 2 sisters, 4 and 5, who were in her and her husband's care. As you guys all know, the 5-year-old was found wandering outside of the Adams's house on West Nebraska and Cyril, and a postal carrier found the 5-year-old, and that's when police were notified. At this point, the investigation into her whereabouts continues. We are actually getting tips from across Oklahoma as well as multiple other states. As you also are aware, trash service in town was suspended. That was in an effort to search for additional clues as to Athena's whereabouts. Right now, I want everyone to understand we're still looking for her. Nothing has changed. Despite what's being said out there, we're looking for her. Our analysts and our team of multiple law enforcement agencies are reviewing surveillance video from around town, and again, pursuing any tip that comes in, following it up, and trying to identify any clues that can be used to locate Athena. As you know, we're being assisted by multiple law enforcement partners, and we really appreciate everything that everyone has done to assist us in locating this child. We're praying for her family and her relatives, and for the investigators who are looking for her. We also really appreciate and want to make it abundantly clear that this town has taken us in. They've taken care of us. The volunteers who've dedicated their time and energy are very much appreciated. A lot of people are reaching out asking if there's anything they can do. Right now, we don't need volunteers to come down and look, because again, we're collecting clues and trying to locate her. But if that changes, of course, we'll let everybody know. But it should be noted that we appreciate that, and we appreciate the community of Cyril. I can't answer a lot of questions, you guys can try to pepper them at me, but that's pretty much all I can release at this time.
Can you confirm that that woman who was arrested was the primary caregiver of the girls?
The girls were in the care of Miss Adams and her husband.
Is the husband going to be arrested as well?
No comment at this time.
How is Miss Adams related to the girls? Is she related to the mom or the dad, or how did she have custody?
We'll get to that when the time's right.
Can you confirm that investigators looked at waste or investigated the nearby transfer stations, including the one in Ninnekah or Fletcher?
I can't confirm that. I'm not aware of that, but I can say, you know, again, we were looking for any clues as related to the trash, any little piece of evidence that we could secure that might give us a tip as to where she is. That included the trash.
So is this now considered a nationwide search for her?
I wouldn't go that far. It's just, you know, I think that demonstrates how this story is so impactful and how many people care about this child, want to see her returned, and you know, people are phoning in those tips from across the country, and we're following everything.
Has the doorbell camera, the urgency to get a hold of that, has that helped at all in your search?
I don't know that there's a lot of doorbell cameras that have been turned in, but we have a lot of surveillance video from around town that we are analyzing as we speak. So
is DHS involved?
No comment at this time. I'm going to leave it at that, guys. I don't know if I'll have another update tonight, but I wanted to make sure that you were aware that we do have those arrests, 2 counts of child neglect. So thank you all.
Thank you.
Okay, so most of those questions that were being asked there at the end, which are typically the good ones, I couldn't even hear what they were saying. So I hate when they do that. So there's a lot of no comment, but I want to know the question why they don't comment. So the last one I did hear was, is DHS involved? And she said no comment to that too. I would assume DHS is involved at least at this point. So I'm not sure why they wouldn't comment that yes, obviously they would be now. They would be at this point. So I'm sure the follow-up question would be for how long have they been involved, or have they been involved before? But there was a couple of them I just didn't get to, I couldn't hear them. So, all right, let's see. So here's Alicia Adams, who was booked at 4:12, I believe Oklahoma Central Time. So yeah, 4:12 Central Time. The OSBI says 31-year-old Alicia Adams was arrested for child neglect in connection to the disappearance of the 4-year-old Athena Brownfield. I believe that she was actually arrested on 2 counts. Let me pull up another photo that I have, because I think it says that she's got 2 counts. Let me just double check though, so I don't put out bad info. No, it just has the 1 kind of child neglect. Okay, so it just says child neglect, so it's going to be on Athena for leaving Athena. I'm surprised they don't actually have 2 with her leaving her sister. Let's see, Leave It to Beaver. I know they said was DCS involved, and no comment. And was her husband going to also be arrested? No comment. Ooh, you heard that one. Okay, I didn't hear that one. No, she looks like she's pissed. So she apparently, she was apparently away enjoying a weekend with her boyfriend, who posted on social media that he had like the best weekend of his life. So good to know that they were out there having the best weekend of their life, while these 2 girls are just left all alone with nobody to freaking take care of them. No, I haven't heard it. All I know about BioMom is what I've looked at on social media through kind of just looking through family members, and it looks like she got married in October of 2022 and just living life. And then the Bio dad, I believe that he has a bit of a record. I don't know exactly what charges yet, but it looks like he has a bit of a record. He's not in jail currently, and him and his mom were heading to the city to help. And in yesterday's press conference, there was a lady standing there who said, like, I'm the maternal grandmother. Come to find out, she was actually the paternal grandmother, and she her son is the father of both of the girls. So she says during the press conference, she said something along the lines of, my son has been told everything and is doing the steps that he needs to do, or something along those lines. One of the neighbors did come forward and say that they were part of the search, and that they had heard that the older sister, the 5-year-old, was left alone and was living on syrup. On syrup. They've said that she went missing. She was wearing a pink sweatshirt or pink sweatshirt, and pink pants. Today I did read that it was a butterfly sweatshirt. So that's the newest update on clothing that I've seen. I don't even know who's actually the one that's reporting what she was last seen in, because the 5-year-old is supposedly the last one to see her. Welcome back, Lucia. Yeah, find Summer's truth. I know. Ya's daughter. I know. It's like, it pisses me off. I'm like, I don't get this. So, and this lady's saying that she left all 6 kids with her husband. Well, the other side is saying that he was told, like, basically that the kids were all left alone. So he goes and picks up his 4 bio kids. The initial rumor was that he went to Arizona where he has family, and he took all 4 of his bio kids to Arizona. Now somebody's coming out today. Take it for what you want. I cannot say one way or the other whether this is valid or not. Because you guys all know social media kind of goes all over the place, that this dad has never left. Then other people are, on the post arguing, yes, he has. No, he hasn't. Yes, he has. So that's a great question. I don't know. How long were they alone? Where's the 5-year-old? So the 5-year-old is currently in care of DHS, and we don't necessarily know how long they were alone, because the little girl is apparently saying she last saw her sister on Sunday, but she's only 5. And then the news articles are stating that it's possible that the little girl hasn't actually been seen since Friday the 6th. So I think she briefly mentioned in this press conference that that they've actually shut down. I'm going to show you guys that article. Hold on, let me close this out. That they've actually shut down the trash collection. Let me see. So because it's not a huge city, so they're shutting down all the trash collection. They had cadaver dogs out there. Let me pull this over here so you guys can see it. They had cadaver dogs out there, and going around the trash cans. They had search dogs out there going around looking for her. Last night they were using infrared cameras searching from the helicopters. The sister has to be confused and scared. I know. She's just like, where's my sister? And she just wanders out to this post lady, and she's just like, I'm hungry. Do you have any food? Like, can you imagine this little 5-year-old face? Like, my little one just turned 6. It's about the same. It's like, I can't think that this little girl just comes wandering out of a house, and she's like, I don't know where anybody is. I'm kind of all by myself, and I'm hungry. Hi, pointer lover. So she just up and left them all alone. Well, according to her, Kimbers, she left all 6 children in the care of her husband that she's not necessarily with. I don't even understand. But then the other side says that no, he went and picked up his 4 kids. So if that's the case, here's my thing with the husband. So somebody's asking, why no arrest of the husband? Well, I don't even know if we're looking in the right place for an arrest of the husband yet, because if he did go to Arizona, then we may need to be checking out Arizona, because they could hold him there. But let's back up just a second. If she leaves all 6 children with the husband, and then he leaves and takes his 4 children, right? He still leaves the 2 girls. If she leaves all 6 children alone, and he shows up and takes his 4 children, he's still leaving the other 2 children alone. So the only way that he isn't in, like, that he shouldn't be looked at in this is if he already took his 4 children prior to her leaving, and then she leaves just the 2 girls. Because right now, no matter what side of the family you take, as factual, if she left all 6 with him, he still left the 2 girls. If he came back and just picked up his 4, he still left the 2 girls. And the speculation as of yesterday from the one side of the family was that he was telling them that he took the girls to their other grandparents' house. Right. Mm-hmm. Hi, Sharon. Let's see. I hope that she does not sit there locked up while knowing the truth. There's so many caretakers doing that right now in different cases. Oh, yeah. And she just looks pissed that, like, this is, like, such an inconvenience for her. I'm like, then why take on the kids to begin with? You have 4 kids of your own. What the heck are you doing? And I don't know anything about like the mental state of the bio parents. I don't know anything about their history to know why they did or did not have the children. So I don't want to speak on them in any ill fashion when I don't know enough about them to know that maybe they were doing the right thing by having somebody else care for these kids. I don't know that yet. So I have no, like I said, I don't know why there isn't more being put out there. I know the grandparents, both grandmothers, have been posting on social media. And then one of the grandmothers took her social media down. The other grandmother is still posting. Yeah, the husband, the boyfriend, her, and the grandma on that side all took down the social medias as soon as it was being talked about. As soon as awareness was being spread, they took down their social media and decided to not spread awareness anymore. That make sense. Hi, Jax. Hi, Christy. We can plan, check, have safety supports in place, and do all we can. And this shit still happens. Yep, sure does. Sure does. I think the mother should be in legal custody as well. That's why I'm trying to. I don't want to pass too much judgment there because I don't know the whole situation and I don't know how long this was. I don't know how long this had been taking place the way that it was. So I just want to kind of find more facts before we jump to any conclusions on the bio parents. Did they, as Hockett, no, they have not found her yet. She hasn't been found. I was telling Sluice this last night. I'm at the point where I'm starting to wonder if she's not there. Like, did everybody bounce because something happened? Like, did everybody just go in their own way? Like, I'm going to go here, you go there, like, get the kids out of here. I don't know. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. So let's see. Yeah, there she is. Lovely. The caregiver in quotes. That's good. So they're spelling it wrong too, but that's the way that it was spelled on the initial intake. But that's not how it was spelled on any of her paperwork. So I don't know. Just happened. Yeah, pretty much. It's relatively new. I did a live on it yesterday, and it's a very convoluted backstory about what the heck is going on here. Oh, thank you, Stacy. Thank you for becoming a member. CB Cal, let's see. Yeah, it's just so convoluted. You can't really tell who's supposed to be where. Whoever had legal custody is responsible for the children. Accurate. And I cannot find anything that shows that this woman is the one who had any form of legal custody, but I don't know that to be true yet. Debbie says, sounds like I'll show you situation from the dad. There was a lot of speculation, like, did the bio parents like come and take her? But then it was like, why wouldn't you take your other daughter? Why would you just leave your other daughter there? Hi, Marshall. Yeah, the guilty ones took down the social medias, but I just don't get, like, you can easily private stuff so then make it so people can't message you. Yeah, that was yesterday, C-Dub. I know it's already been a really long week. Do we have a picture of the house? I do. Give me 1 second and I'll pull it up for you. They may actually have it on here and I might have to pull it up, but let me see. So that's the presser. There she is. Her little face. And that's the other sad thing is I'm not finding a lot of pictures of her still. So 24 hours later, we did this live yesterday, probably over 24 hours ago, and these are still the same pictures. We're not seeing any new pictures. And that one, she just looks bruised. We read that one yesterday too. That's the search. Yeah, and same 3 pictures. Yeah, so they did the endangered missing persons advisory, and like an at-risk missing person, but she does not meet the criteria for an Amber Alert. Maybe that is how she spells her name, and she just writes it different. I don't know. Oh, they cleaned it up. Look at that. All right. I'm not seeing a ton new here. Oh, they're out searching. Organize the grid searches. I knew that they had completed their grid searches yesterday, and they had disbanded any of the volunteer searchers because they wanted to bring in the search and cadaver dogs. So, and I mean that as in 2 separate types of dogs. The search and rescue dogs that are looking for her alive, and then the cadaver dogs that are looking for, obviously, the cadaver. So, okay, so yep, arrested 2. Oh, see here, they do say 2 counts. I knew I saw that somewhere. Athena's 5-year-old sister was found by the postal worker. That's when they're talking to the postal worker. Let's see if anybody answered this question for Simply Stranger. No, because they asked her, or she's asking, does anybody know how long they lived there? Search party, the vigil. That's the grandma. We talked about her yesterday. So this is the one who spoke up in the press conference, but she's the paternal grandma. Her son is the father of the girls. Okay. They don't have the house. Let me pull up the house for you so you can see it. Have they continued searching for her? They haven't stopped, right? No, they haven't stopped. They were actually searching at night too. They were searching at night too. We can pull up maps and take a look around the area. I haven't done that yet, so we can do that because I'd like to see that as well. Somebody asked how far it is from the water. They were using helicopters with infrared cameras when it was dark last night, still searching. So no, they haven't. They're not stopping. Anna says, if something happened to her before they were dropped off together, would her sister be saying, I can't find my sister though? Well, I'm just wondering, maybe she doesn't know. I don't know. That's why I don't know. That's my mind just speculating like what could have happened. Like, how is this all, and how does this even, how are we getting here? Yeah, where are all the pictures? They probably never took any pictures. Aww. She is so precious. Look at her little big old blue eyes. Do they know how long the girls were there on their own? No, the speculation at this moment is since Friday, between Friday and Sunday. We know that
Bixby voice privacy contents have been updated.
Thank you,
To
phone,
continue,
for letting me know.
review the updated items on your.
The phone's letting me know that it's updated. We know that the quote unquote caregiver female, Alicia Adams, went and spent the weekend with her boyfriend, which is supposedly about an hour or 2 away. Let's see, leave it to be well. I know Tennessee is crappy in a lot of ways, but we are great with Amber Alerts. It's at the state's discretion when to put them out. So it's actually something I've been researching so that I could put together something that's kind of short and simple on what the criteria is for an Amber Alert. Since an Amber Alert is actually, like, you know, it's federal, it goes throughout the whole country. But then what's happening is there's a specific criteria that a missing person has to, not the missing person doesn't have to meet. And I think that's probably where we get all kind of messed up with it. It's not the person, it's the situation. And if the situation doesn't fit the criteria, they can't actually issue the Amber Alert because you have to have all these different pieces of information to do it. So what certain states have done is they've actually come out with their own versions of an Amber Alert, but not all states have it. And so that makes it even more confusing because it's like, what states have which laws when it comes to a missing child? Makes it pretty confusing. Hi, Aries girl, I missed you. Do you think she did that often, just the weekend? Well, I mean, if she was comfortable doing it, yeah, I don't know. I can't answer that. Okay, go get dinner without borders. Oh, thank you for joining, Christy. Okay, let me see. Anio, you're 100% right. Okay, what did Anio say? Let me go find what Anio said. State by state determines what qualifications are DOE for Amber Alert. Yeah, I'm assuming 4. For suspected abductions. Yep, they have to have the information on vehicles and people. And Benjamin, that's kind of what I was thinking about, like how this 5-year-old sister, how is she going to be able to actually tell you the correct amount of time? And somebody in chat brought that up yesterday too, and it was just such a good point. People don't want their children, or they don't want to take care of their children that they're responsible for whatever reason. Please drop them off at the fire or police department. Well, that's another thing that varies by state as well, is how old a child can be that can be dropped off. So there's some that it has to be within 2 weeks. So if you have a child that you decide that you can't take care of and they're 6 weeks, you're out of luck. You try to drop off that child, you're now going to be arrested. Other states have it up to a couple of years old. I know that one of the states had it like, I think it was like 10. I don't know if they ever changed it, so I don't want to say that state. But it was, yeah, it was like they could drop them off from like half their life, basically. How long were the babies? That's one thing we don't know the answer to that one yet. We don't know how long they were supposed to be there. Hi, Search and Rescue Canine Mom. I'd love to talk to you about this topic in general and why the system in foster care is the way it is. I would love to have that conversation. I don't know if you'd be willing to like come up, but I would absolutely love to have the conversation. I think it would be very informative to people who are listening. Okay. Give me 1 second, you guys. I'm gonna grab these photos for you guys so that you can see the house. Let's see. Okay, so here's one. There's the street. And then the same one. It looks. Oh, that's the close-up. Okay. Now that's the close-up of the house. Let's see. Hi, BR. The caregiver needs to be held responsible. As of right now, she is the only one arrested that we know of for child neglect. And I swear I had seen where it was 2 counts, but then it doesn't show up on the information. So I don't want to say 2 counts. We know at least 1 right now. Hi, Jessica. Let's see. It just makes no sense at all. And why only a few pictures? That's kind of where I'm at. Like, let's see if we can find some other pictures. Yeah, you can't just drop them off, so they just don't want to. But these aren't her kids. It's kind of my big thing is like, why not give them to somebody else in the family? Or, and from what I'm hearing, once again, this is speculation. You got to take it for whatever. I don't know the ages of this woman's children because she has 4 children herself. I'm hearing they're all pretty young. I mean, shoot, she was only what, 31? I don't know if she's like, was she thinking she was leaving him in the care of like an older sibling? But that's not the case either, because supposedly she said that she left them all there with the husband. That's the only person that they've talked about being the one that saw her. So I cannot say for sure that she's the one who gave the description of the clothing. But since they're putting that out on the flyers and she's the last one that saw her, I would be surprised if they're saying, oh no, that's what she was wearing last Thursday when I saw her. You know what I mean? So basically she's wearing all pink according to whoever gave that description. Yeah, the safe haven law is 30 days. That's why I said I know it varies by state. So I think it was like Utah or Iowa. It was somewhere in the middle that you could do it like really old, and they were like 10 years old or something like that. And people were like upset and they wanted the law changed. And I don't know if it ever got changed. Oh, thank you, Christy. That's very kind of you. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Hi, Dynamite. Okay, so let's look up. We can look up and see what kind of water and stuff is around there. Matilda, I do. It's criminality187@gmail. I'll type it in here for you. Curious Cat, no. They are saying that most of the family is saying she's not autistic. She's actually, and because she was autistic and nonverbal. They're saying that's not true. That she does have a very limited vocabulary and she's very shy. Hi, Jess. Okay, hold on. Let me pull up the address so we can look at some maps. Okay. I think it was 535 Nebraska. Let me double check. Anybody have the address off the top of your head? I think it's 535, but of course that article doesn't have it. Let me pull it up. 535 Nebraska. And Surreal, Oklahoma. Maybe it's 595. Let me see. What's over here with you guys? Let's go to Street View. All right, hold on. Did any of you guys say the address in here by chance? CB Cal. I love maps. I just want, I want to be able to see like how close the water is, but I want to verify the address first. Oh, search and rescue, Mom. No worries, no worries. Yeah, I'd love to have you up sometime. We can talk about foster care and all the things that kind of go along with it and why it is important. And we've had a little bit of conversations about that while you've been in chat, but I'd love to have you come up and do it. So it's near Nebraska Avenue and 3rd Street. Let's go back here. Nebraska Avenue and 3rd Street. So we're looking over here. I don't remember it being 225, but maybe. 200 block. Okay. Maybe it was 225. Hi, Kim M2. Hi, Ashley. The aunt went to see a boyfriend in the city and left the kids behind. I would think so. Okay, so you're hearing aunt as well. Yeah, I heard aunt, and then I've been hearing a lot of cousin. Leave it to Bieber. Teresa was saying in my stream last night, she reminds me of Evelyn Boswell, like she's got a sadness in her face. Oh, I love little Evelyn Boswell too. Okay, so let's see. That doesn't look like the house. Nope, not bigger. Move you. I'll make you smaller so we can kind of see you. Can't see an address on there. Can you guys see an address on there? We know it's this block, so it's got to be right here somewhere. Oh shoot, now you can't see the house. Don't leave. I swear they said it was 535. I don't know why I'm getting that wrong. That's not it. They said they're looking through from 3rd Street, so let's go down here. That doesn't look like it. That's definitely not it. Let me see if anybody found it yet. See, I thought Summer looked kind of sad myself. I thought Summer looked sad. Like she tried her best to enjoy every day, but she had a sadness in her eyes that always bothered me. I think that's why I was so attached to her. Water's at the court. Okay, let me see. Yeah, I don't. It is what it is. I'm worried. I'm worried too. just want to get the actual address. I know I saw it yesterday. 200 block. I know they said exactly where it was, though. I remember, I think I read it yesterday, too. Because this is not her house. Let's see. This is Nebraska. It's Nebraska and 3rd, yeah. Maybe the Google view just doesn't look the same anymore. I think it might be the same. Look, you guys see the house up here? It's got the vent. It's got the vent, the front door, the 2 windows, the carport. I'm thinking that it is this one right here. It's just not the same on Google Maps. You know, the street view. Oh, thank you, Matilda, for joining. I appreciate that. Okay, so now we know this is the house. It just looks different than what it currently looks like. So up here on the top left is what the house currently looks like. So it is the 52 or the 225. 225. So let's take a look at where the water is then. Thank you, Matilda. Let me pull it up real quick. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay. So BioMom. Yep, I saw this one. This is the BioMom that I did. Thank you, Matilda, very much. So the caregiver is Alicia Adams. Her husband is Ivan Adams. I think we knew those two. And then the caregiver's mom, which is, I'm also wondering if the caregiver's mom, so Alicia's mom, was somebody, we were reading her Facebook post yesterday. She's somebody that took it down. She took down her Facebook. She was saying she was the grandma. So if they are cousins or sisters, either way, then this person would also be the grandma on that side, right? Make sense? So her name was Shelly. She took hers down immediately. So that would be most likely maternal grandma. And then we have the boyfriend whose name is Bladen, and he took his down immediately. Yep. Thank you very much, Matilda, for sending that. Okay, let's go take a look at the water. Let's see where we have water. Let's see where we have water. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh, man, it looks so dry. It's so dry. The whole area looks dry. Let me see, Rainbow Mom, what we have. One was, is the husband going to be arrested? When is the husband going to be arrested? I think that's a great question. The only way I think that he's out of the loop is if he picked up his 4 kids before Alicia left to go anywhere. That's the only way he's kind of in the clear. But both sides of the family coming out are saying 2 different stories, and both of their stories make him not in the clear. So, Matilda, did I say thank you for joining? I don't even know if I said thank you for joining. I'm so sorry if I didn't. Muffy, I know Muffy. She's so cute. Okay, email me tonight. You're a block from City Hall. Seems like a tiny house for 2 adults and 6 kids. Yes, and it's supposedly another family member actually owns the house. So, reminding you of Quentin Simon's house. I'm just like, it's not like dense. Like they would probably very easily be able to see her. I don't know when this is from, like when the last imaging is from, but it should be pretty recently. Like, unlike Street View, it gets updated much more often. But this is so dry that they would be able to see her out here somewhere, right? It's just open. Oh, okay, Matilda, good. The picture of what it looks like now is this one right here. I'll make it big for you guys again. It's this one. It's painted brown. Looks got a nice fresh coat of paint. Doesn't have, you know, much wear and tear to it. They said that they taped it off as a crime scene, not necessarily saying it is an actual crime scene, just that they needed to collect evidence. They also said last night on one of the articles that throughout their searches around town that they have found things that have been helpful to the investigation. And one of the things that I heard, so take this, I'm gonna be very clear, take this for what you want, was there was a rumor that there was a tricycle that was left down the street. Does that tricycle have anything to do with anything? I have no idea. Did she take off on a tricycle? Nobody said that. So neighbors are saying they found the tricycle. We don't even know if the tricycle belongs to her. But this is what the house currently looks like. Okay, let me see. There's a reservoir pretty close. Okay, let me see. Do we know? Is that where the yeah, I don't even know if that's pretty close. Let me go back up here. I mean, yeah, I guess it would be. Let me see on that tweet. They said they were searching the waters. Is that the coordinates that you guys sent me in here? Was that water? Leave it to Beaver. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Is like, did something happen and they just up and left and they're like, these aren't our kids. We don't need to do anything with that. You know, Little Washita Creek. Okay. Is that what this is? This is like a little. That's actually flipping creepy. Whatever that is, that's in that water. That's for a whole nother show. Where's Brittany with her conspiracy stuff? She would love that. What the heck is that? What is that? Yeah, new windows, new door. Hi, just a YouTuber. Yeah, it's a lot of dirt and underdeveloped. Ask yourself why the family members just go poof when it's their own that's missing. Yeah, well, because they don't want to lose another one of their own. This is what I'm learning in these family dynamics is they, hi, Allie. We were doing updates on Athena Brownfield. They get this like conclusion that they can't save the person who's now no longer with us, so they have to save the other person. It's crazy. Oh no, like the Kylie Rodney case. Oh no, we don't need another reservoir. Well, we know if she's in any water, she didn't get there on her own, most likely, because there's no water next to her house whatsoever. Let me see. You said, what was it called? Also Chetanoa Creek is near. Okay, let's look that up. Let's go to Chetanoa Creek. So they're right next to the elementary school too. That's interesting. Chetanoa. All right, let's go to Oklahoma. And there's your little Washita River, and then there's the Chenoa Creek. That seems pretty far, though. I mean, for a 4-year-old to travel. I mean, not that it would be on our own, but then you got water over here. But this is like, it's so empty. This is it. This is all there is to this little city. Look at that. There's nothing there. And the house is right here. Right here on this block. Let me find it again. Right here. Not even good imaging there. Huh. I don't know. This concerns me. There's not anywhere she could have really gone on her own. And there's not hardly any wooded areas. It's not dense at all. They should be able to see her pretty clearly if she's out there. Yeah, so the caregiver was arrested on at minimum 1 count of child neglect. I'm hearing 2, but I'm seeing 1, so take that for what you want. But she was arrested today on the count of child neglect for leaving Athena there. They have not, the time of the press conference, they hadn't arrested anybody else yet. Hi, Princess Megan Elsa. Was the sister in school? 5? Possible. We don't know her birth date. Chrissy, I would never leave my husband with 6 kids for days. I don't, yeah. No. No. Not if I wanted to enjoy the time I was gone. I sure wouldn't. I couldn't take care of 6 kids. I don't have the money, the energy, or the room. Well, I'm thinking if you had 4 kids of your own and you take on 2 other kids of either your sisters or your cousins. Hi, Punksy. Looks like Bakersfield. Yes, it does. I used to live up there. Not in Bakersfield, but outside of it when I was younger. Yeah, there's a whole lot of nothing in these small Oklahoma towns. Like there, it's just nothing. I guess I didn't expect it to be so brown. It just looks so dry. Yeah, that's not close. That would be a really long trek. But I mean, if she'd gone missing on Friday or even Sunday and they don't find out till Tuesday, she could have made it some ways, but I'm just trying to think of, there's just nowhere for her to be like lost. That's what's concerning me. It's Oklahoma. Thanks, Rainbow Mama. That's just kind of what it looks like. Yeah. I know. I wish that the boys were found too. Classic and sincere. The woman in the press conference did say it was 2 counts. Okay, thank you. I thought I was losing my mind for a minute. Search and Rescue Mom says, we have 5 kids and 2 additional foster. It's a lot. You have to be ready. I couldn't do it. I always wanted 3 or 4 kids. And I would have had more had I started younger, but 3 is where I capped out. Hi, Sleuthing Tater Tot. You're in Okie, and it's just farmland. I know. It's just I didn't expect it to be so brown looking, I guess. Because I just thought maybe she would be lost in the woods somewhere, or like other little missing kids that like they're found because they just wandered out too far. But it's just not like that. It's not like that at all. No. I don't know, guys. I'm really worried about the outcome here. And if you went and took her, why didn't you take her sister? Why'd you just take her? For nefarious reasons? Everybody say a little prayer. If you pray, say a little prayer for little Athena. Yeah, shy ones like her simply don't wander. That's what I was thinking too. And like, so she's just gonna go out there and ride her tricycle around? I don't know. That seems weird too. I don't know. What do you guys think? You can see my face right now. I'm just like, I don't know. I'm so nervous. Jelly Bean says, I lived 10 miles west of Surreal about 40 years ago. There's nothing there. Look at the backyard gate open. Is it on like the Google Maps one? Because I mean, obviously that's outdated. So I don't know. Let's see if that are on the new one. Which one, True Seeker? Where do you want me to go? Yeah, not a good feeling. I know. I'm going to hold out hope though. Hi, Soul Sister. The Shark Soul Sister. Just a YouTuber. I have 3. One is 29. One is 16. And the last is 15 with a 3-year-old grandbaby. Bless anyone who takes on more. I was always told that if you're going to have like a few kids, you need to always have them in pairs. You don't ever want to have an odd number of kids because that's when the one can feel left out. And then, of course, I went and had an odd number of kids. So I really thought she was wandered off in the woods, but after this live, it doesn't seem possible. That's what I was thinking too. I'm like, maybe she's just out there somewhere. Nadine, the caregiver, was arrested. So she got arrested on 2 counts of child neglect for leaving the girls behind, which then makes me wonder, she didn't get, yeah, you know what? I'm going to put some pieces together here as I say that out loud. She didn't get 6 counts for leaving all 6 kids behind. She got 2 counts for leaving 2 kids behind. which makes me then think that the dad did have the kids prior and why he's not arrested. And it's obvious her story is not true for child neglect, leaving the two, getting 2 counts, leaving. She says she left all 6 kids with the husband. That makes me think that he already had his 4 kids. I don't think they're receiving any benefits because I don't think there's anything legally legal paperwork, but that's still up in the air. We don't know that yet. So I don't know if they're receiving any benefits. I sure hope this has a good outcome and these bad endings in these cases are, I know. And I get sucked in anyway. I don't know. CB Cal. All I know is if you have cats, you need 1 litter box per cat, plus 1. Just saying. I used to have 3 cats, and I would absolutely agree with you. And why she said no comment about his arrest. Yeah, I'm thinking he must have already gotten his kids. Okay, so Truth Seeker, did you ever answer my question? I missed it if you did. Well, we can look at both anyway. Let's just look at the house one more time. So we'll go to Street View first. So it's back at 225 Nebraska. Looks like there's like a driveway over here. I think there's a house on the other side. Let me look. Is there a house there? Is that another house or is that like a shed? What is that? That's interesting. I'll have to look at that from the top. Let's go over here and look at the side of the house. Remember, these are older pics though, so we don't have any current pics of this. This is an older picture of the house. They could have a nice yard if it's all cleaned up. This would be their yard. And I'm just wondering, this has got to be a totally separate building. Let's go around the corner and see. No, can't go around the corner and see. Oh, there you go. There's your gate open. So if they have something similar in the, let's take a look at the newer pictures. Let's see what we see here. So in these, you can't really see the gate back there, but it looks like it's probably very similar to the gate that was there, but I can't tell 100%. I definitely can't tell over here. That's too dark. And what's this? Nope, that's not the other one that I want. Let me see. Where are you? Third picture. Maybe they're both the same. Darn it. All right. I think that's as good as it gets. Yeah, you can't really tell. All right. Well, I don't know. That's all the updates I've got. We can check Twitter real quick, see if there's anything that's popped off since the presser. Otherwise, I'm going to let you guys go. Let's see. And just a ton of people posting her mugshot. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything newsworthy. So let's check the Facebook group real quick. If you guys aren't part of the Facebook group, the only one that I know that is up for Athena right now is the one that it's run by True Crime Sisters, and it's Athena Brownfield. They're really good about running their true crime groups. I like their groups. Let me see if they have anything new. And I know that there is a family member that's in there because that's the one who made the anonymous post about kind of where everybody is. Can someone check the jail register? It doesn't look like they have too much new either. Yeah, I think that's about it right now. Let's see. Somebody's saying who was arrested. I don't know who they're talking about. Oh, they're talking about the bio dad having a criminal history. I don't know what his offenses are, though, so I don't want to say how much of a criminal he is. I know he's got a couple arrests on there. This one says, somebody said they read that they were moving into another house and had been dropping stuff off. This is talking about the tricycle found in the middle of the street. We don't know if that tricycle has anything to do with anything, but it's definitely interesting and concerning if it does. Yeah, I don't see it. I got nothing new on the Twitters and nothing new on the Facebook. So thank you guys. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for coming in and caring about Athena and spreading the word to help find her. As always, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you guys hanging out here with me. I know that you have 1,000 other places that you guys could go, and you know, make the choice to come here and hang out and learn about these cases and the updates. And I appreciate you guys more than I can ever say. So I will be back if there's any more updates on her. And I do still have, I think I'm going to do the live tomorrow, kind of wrap up a little bit on the Idaho 4 and kind of where we're at before we leave it for a little while, because as you guys heard, I'm sure that he has waived his right to a speedy preliminary trial, Brian Koberger, and that now the preliminary trial will take place in June, June 26th to be exact. So we're going to kind of just wrap up that case and just put it on hold for a little bit. I don't want to spend too much time just rehashing the same old things when there's so many other cases that need awareness and need attention, like Athena's case. So please, you know, stick around for those. But other than that, thank you guys for being here, and I will see you guys on the flip side. Thank you, and Texan. Oh, thank you. I get sucked into these little kids. I know. I can't. I just don't understand. I just can't understand. And I think that might be why. I just want to be able to figure out what are these people thinking? I don't even let my kid doesn't even go outside to play by himself. Like, how do they just go for a weekend and just think that that's totally flipping normal? I can't handle it. But I'll talk to you guys soon. And thank you all for being here.